What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris, as always with me,
Liam.
and we are diving in to Reacher Season 3, Episode 7. We are one episode away from the finale, and they keep leaving on these cliffhangers, but they're awesome. It makes me super excited to see what happens in the next episode, as it should, as the purpose of a cliffhanger is. But, welcome, guys. If you have not already subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell. That way you never miss a single episode. And if you want more access behind the scenes, shout-outs on videos, early access to videos, go ahead in the description, click that little link to the Patreon, become a member. For as little as a cup of coffee, you can be part of the community and also get some really cool stuff. Helps us out greatly as well. So go ahead and do that. But without further ado, Reacher.
I enjoyed seeing Reacher as a dickhead in LA.
Yeah.
He was a straight up asshole, but I loved it. And he was even telling them that he was going to lie to go ahead and get the sentence. So he gets in trouble and goes to jail for life, whatever. But all that felt real off to me. It was cool to see him that way, but it felt off.
Really?
Felt not like him.
I think we've talked about this, probably episode 1 of this podcast. We talked about Reacher.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we talked about with Reacher is he has his own moral code. He is probably, I would say, aligned on the side of good, always. However, he does not have any qualms with hurting, killing, lying to get to his goal. And he just showed that in this episode again. So I don't know. I thought maybe it was just like a repeat of what he's willing. There is no limit to what he will do to see the mission through. No, I think that was just us seeing that again.
Okay. So that was very important because we got him to set up this buy deal for Neagley, and Neagley's doing her own mini mission at the same exact time.
Happy she's back.
Right? So she goes and tracks down the guy who sent the 2 assassins after her.
Yeah, he had a funny name. What was his name? Constantinople or something funny like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, he had a funny name. Let us know down in the comments what was the guy's name. Christopoulos. That's what it was. He had a fun name.
You liked his name.
Yeah.
But that was an interesting scene too. It showed that she was very cold and calculated there, but also that he was helping out. We're good. And she kind of just went off. But she left him with, the next time send more guys.
No, Negley's a badass. And bringing her back, although we knew she was coming back at some point, bringing her back into the end of the season is crucial. I think it's going to be the whole reason Reacher even wins this thing. But yeah, she's calculated. You could tell there's a reason that Reacher is loyal. She's family to him. Mm-hmm. And she's just as cold and calculated as he can be. And it's cool to watch them together. Well, not together, but working in the same unit.
But I thought it was funny how she went through the whole list of the things with him, the bad guy. And she's like, yeah, clean gun. I've got a laptop running searches for Wayfair back at the house. I've got no direct connection to you. I'm going to get away with this if I need to.
Yeah.
And you can see a look of defeat on the guy's face. And he's just like, yep, okay.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
I mean, if you're going to have someone that confident and they're telling you everything all the way down to the fact that they can shoot you and be out of sight before anyone even hits their window, yeah, you're going to be like, oh shit, I'm fucked. Right? And he, in that moment, he was like, oh, she's got me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this solid picture. And we've got Reacher having fun with Duffy again.
Yeah. I mean, he has a love interest in every season.
Yeah.
This one, to me, it's a relationship of convenience right now, I think. I don't think Reacher actually has feelings for her. I think he's just like, she's hot. I'm horny. Let's do this thing.
And he stops her after the kiss. And he's like, what happened to never doing this?
Yeah. I was like, they didn't stop, but he does call her out before. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's like, oh, things changed or something like that.
That's
He's
before I knew who you really were, is what she says to him. Yeah.
So the father, Beck, is with Reacher's side now because of Neagley after that setup deal.
Yeah, I think that whole thing allowed him to realize, oh shit,
I'm fucked.
I'm fucked, and I don't think I'm on the winning side. I need to get myself aligned with the people who are gonna win this thing, and that's Reacher.
And that's the other detail that Neagley got from the assassin dude, the one who hired him, is that Quinn had this whole other family held hostage in Chicago.
Yeah.
And that he just cleaned house and just killed everyone.
Yeah.
And then moved on. And that's why
So-
he is where he is now, and he's about to do the same thing. And so when Neagley sets that up to Beck, that's when it really solidifies for me, in my opinion.
Yeah. Beck wants out. He wants his son to be safe. He even goes as far to cut off his own ear. So I don't think there's anything Beck wouldn't do to ensure his son's safety. He even mentions, like, I'll do life in prison, but I want my son clear of this, right? Like, so it's really...
Reacher knows.
It's his son's safety over everything. And he called Reacher out on trying to be his father, too, which I thought was interesting. He tried to be his dad, and he's just like, no, I'm just trying to keep him safe. But anyway, so there's two things that are running through my mind right now. I'm trying to keep all possibilities open because I don't know what's going to happen. But one, Beck has turned on Quinn and is 100% working with Reacher and is just getting caught up in the mix of things because he's trying to, like, do the right thing and help Reacher, right? So now he's at the salvage yard where it's a setup. We basically end the episode knowing that he's still following the actual buyers to the estate. Reacher and team are absolutely in the wrong place with the ATF, and they're either about to get blown up or ambushed. Like, something bad is about, this blood is about to be spread.
I've got a gripe about that.
So let me get there. So one thing I'm kind of curious about is Beck really working with Reacher? Or did Quinn leverage Richie against Beck because he knows who Reacher is and he's setting Reacher up? So I think Quinn knows who Reacher really is and is smart enough, because his back's against the wall, to play it off as if he doesn't.
Okay. My whole gripe with that setup is Reacher has proven how intelligent he is. Time and time again, he's a brilliant tactician. He likes to analyze and see all the different possibilities. Why did he never plan for it to be at the house or there? Why did he not cover his bases like he normally would?
Yeah.
That's a gripe I have with this episode.
Yeah. It could say that when Duffy gets so scared that she runs to the ATF, it throws a major wrench into his plans. And then maybe that kind of takes him off his game, because now he's trying to account for an entire element that was never supposed to be in the deal.
Mm-hmm. You can stay in the van. No.
Yeah, like, fuck you. I'm not FBI or DEA. I'm no three-letter organization. I'm my own man, bitch. You ain't telling me what to do. That's basically what Reacher does, too. He's like, I'm gonna get some coffee. I thought for sure he was going to just go kill Quinn or do something crazy, but no, he just went and bought a big-ass gun.
Yeah. Where do you find a breakdown rifle at a...
Army surplus.
Yeah, but is that where he went?
No, he went to a pawn shop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where do you find a breakdown rifle there?
Lucky. He was just lucky that he ran into the right pawn shop.
It just fit the episode.
Yeah.
Vegas would be fucking easy.
I was just thinking of a place that has a lot of pawn shops, and basically people are getting rid of everything. And
You're just thinking of Pawn Stars.
Basically, probably. Relevant in my mind for a reason. But yeah, so he basically has the big ass rifle and is going to go, what we think is drop Quinn. But luckily now he's there. He basically switches gears as the episode ends from, I'm going to drop Quinn, to now I'm running fucking suppression. Like, I got to help this guy, like, snipe people out. So.
And Duffy's partner, you got to see him attempt to fall on the sword again. But he's like, I'm the superior. I take full responsibility. And to Duffy's credit, she's like, no.
Yeah.
And then
Head of ATF, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, there's plenty to go around. You're both fucked anyway.
Yeah. I can't get past that actor, because every time I've seen him on screen, he portrays like this creepy, evil type of character. Mm-hmm. And so now when I see, like, the last time we saw him, he was in Umbrella Academy and he, like, beat his wife and kids, right? Like, he was an evil dude. So now when I see him as the head of ATF, I'm like, I don't trust him. Yeah. I don't trust him. even though he probably could be a trustworthy character in this universe, I'm like, nope, don't trust him.
That's what happens when people get typecast. But when people get typecast, they get real fucking good at that type.
Game of Thrones. Baratheon, the guy who plays Joffrey Baratheon, the kid, he got shamed out of acting People could not separate the fact that he is a human being portraying a character from a book on TV. They were just like, no, you really are this person. And if you ever saw Game of Thrones, he's an evil, twisted little bastard. Like the actual prince/king who becomes the king. Who the guy who plays him is nothing like that. But he had to stop acting because people were threatening him.
They couldn't separate it. Well, Christopher Walken, he played a lot of great bad guys, right?
Yeah.
That's what he got known for. And so when his grandchildren were around, he wanted to do something fun. And so he ended up doing the DJ...
Fat Boy Slim.
Fat Boy Slim, yes. He did that dancing video.
That was so awesome, that video.
He did that for them because he didn't want to be seen as the villain in their eyes. Yeah. Sorry, long tangent there.
Yeah. Now he does awesome comedy, so.
Yeah.
More cowbell. That's one of the most epic SNL scenes that, although it is Will Ferrell with the cowbell, but he's the producer. Anyway, no, this episode, things really heated up. So now I think predictions for episode 8, we have a huge issue going on at the salvage yard, right? We have ATF, Reacher, Duffy, everyone's at the salvage yard getting ready to like break the bust. Beck is in the middle of it all. And now we realize it's not actually a buy, it's a setup. So we have that to deal with. Then back at the mansion, we have Richie, who's still locked in his room, which that ain't going to help. You got fucking Paulie there. Paulie can rip a wall off a freaking house. So he's just going to break that door down, which means that before Reacher ever gets to Quinn, he's got to take care of Paulie, which I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to that fight. Have been for 7 episodes now, but I hope it really pays off in episode 8. I hope it's not a bullet to the head or a one punch to the throat kind of fight. I hope it's a real fight.
So when you were saying you were excited for that fight, my first thought is they could go the whole indie route where the guy's just doing all the and he's just like bang.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope it's not a quick shot or one punch. I hope it's he gets knocked down, has to really, really push his limits to take Paulie out. That would be cool to see, right? Because it's not every day.
For that.
I hope so. I mean, you could give us a 2-minute fight where Reacher really almost loses, right? Like, we could give us that.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. He's just such a big badass. To see him fight someone who could actually take him would be worthwhile to spend some time on screen. And then the Quinn thing had happened quick. It's just a bullet to the head. Done. He ain't fighting Quinn. He's going to kill him.
Yeah, that's true.
Make most of the fight Paulie, kill Quinn.
Is that what you guys want to?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments.
And then we'll see ultimately how the cards play out after that. Reacher, he'll go back to his nomadic ways. Neagley will go back to her PI investigation. Duffy will probably lose her job and maybe end up going into the PI service with Neagley.
I don't know. She could end up coming out on top because if ATF fucks up, she could save the day where it's just like, eh.
She still did a lot of stuff she wasn't unsanctioned to do, and that's all going to come to light.
Yeah.
And she also got an entire, her information was directly correlated to the massacre of what's going to be like an entire ATF unit. So that's going to suck to deal with too. Anytime cops die, people want retribution.
Yep.
One thing we didn't touch on really quick though, is we actually got to see Teresa in this episode. 100% cold fact, she is alive. Mm-hmm. And Quinn is just juicing her up to keep her sedated, to keep her, in controllable state. Even though she's worked so hard to get sober and does not want it, he's still forcing her to do it. And we got to actually see, like, anybody who would sell state secrets and turn other countries a fucking absolute psychopath and should be killed, right? But we got to see just the levels of depravity that Quinn can go into in his mind in this episode. Because he chop you up and feed you to, like, chum. Like, he's like, where his mind works, he's like, he don't care about nothing but money.
He is very fucking dark and sadistic for sure.
Yeah.
If she resisted him a little bit in that scene too, but I think that was like all the fight she had left in her.
Yeah. She's probably like, how long has she been in that situation now? She's probably been, like you said, that's all she's got left. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, what do you think happens to her? What are your theories on Teresa? Does she get home? Does she go home?
I think so. Otherwise, they wouldn't have played up the mother so much.
The grandmother?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a sad scene. Watching Duffy deal with her guilt of getting someone and put in a bad situation and like having to try to like rectify that with the grandmother. Yeah, that was a rough one.
So I think because they put so much into that she's going to get out of it.
Yeah.
But I'm going.
Someone doesn't make it.
Yeah, it's the partner.
I'm 99% sure that the guy who's close to retirement is going to not make it to retirement, right? We get that. But I don't think Beck makes it out either, but Richie does. So what's going to happen? I believe theories, predictions, and not actual, concrete anything founded. I think Reacher saves Richie and Teresa, and and then kills Quinn, right? Like that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then anybody else who I have not already mentioned could eventually, like with something in Neagley, she's not going to die, get killed. Even Duffy could get wiped out, which would explain how she doesn't deal with the fallout of what she did.
Well, they also could be setting up to kill Neagley off.
I would stop watching Reacher.
Would you?
Hell yeah.
No, but did you? Because there was so much talk of the first one that Quinn strung up, right? Cole, yes. And Reacher in one of the scenes is like, "You are my Cole now."
Yeah. I thought that was more or less cement. Oh, it could be. Damn, now it's got dual purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I'd be so freaking sad.
It's one of the best characters.
Yeah. I like her more than Reacher. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go there, but maybe.
If you like her in this, it's not the same actress, but Lioness.
Oh, hell yeah. Zoe Saldana.
Yeah. She is very much like Neagley.
That is a great show. I think we talked with Todd about that the one day where we were talking shows on the call, and he was like, have you guys seen this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, very good.
Enjoy that one for sure. But I'm excited for the final episode, but also sad at the same time, because then we're going to have to wait. But I want to see some spin-off.
Like a Neagley's PI version?
Yeah.
I would watch it.
I know you would. Would you watch that?
All right, guys, we really appreciate you getting all the way to the end of this video. If you are really enjoying Reacher, we actually have reviewed every episode up to this point so far, and you can check that out. We have a whole playlist. It'll pop up next to my head here in a minute as the video ends. But as always, my name is Chris. That name has not changed in the 37 years I've been on this planet. With me,
Liam.
And we are super excited for the finale. Let us know, what did you guys think of this season? Is it going to end well? What are your predictions for episode 8, the season finale of Reacher? I'm really excited to see how it ends. All that being said, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a single episode. And if you want more access, behind the scenes, early access, shout-outs on videos, Patreon's the way to go. Links down in the description. Helps us out greatly with creating these videos, and it gives you awesome behind-the-scenes content and community access. All that being said, we got a couple of videos right here that you can check out. Like I said, Reacher season 3 episodes 1 through 7 are now going to be all available on our channel. We also have Wheel of Time and some other ones on Prime that we are reviewing right now. You can check them out right here. Awesome stuff. If you're into fantasy like I am, definitely don't want to miss those, as well as something above my head that YouTube says you should check out. Go ahead and do so. But without anything else, make sure you're subscribed so the notification bell is on all, and that way you never miss a single episode, and we can chat about awesome TV shows and things that we love with you guys. Really want to thank you all so much. Before we go, we are over 25,000 subscribers, well on our way to cranking out 50 to 100 and beyond, and it's all because of you guys tuning in and chatting with us about these. So just thank you guys, and with that, we'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Find the strength hiding in each battle scar. You're not who you were, you've already come far.